Hi, I'm Tyson with Adventure Rig, and this year in Colorado has been spectacular for ice climbing. Callie and I have fortunately been out quite a few times. It's given me a really great chance to test out some new gloves. These specific ones are made by Outdoor Designs, and these are the Diablo GT2. We've not tested anything for Outdoor Designs in the past, so I was really excited to get my hands inside of these gloves and try them out in the real world. I had my eye on these gloves for a couple different reasons, but my main activity that I saw myself in was ice climbing with these gloves, and they do an awesome job for that for a couple different reasons. One is that they're made out of Polartec Wind Pro, so they're gonna block the wind. So even if you're not ice climbing, maybe you're hiking, maybe you're climbing a 14er, these are gonna keep your hands warm on those bitter, cold, windy days. Also, you can see on the ends of my fingers, they're a slightly different color. That different color that you see is a different kind of leather than the black palm, which is goat leather. The goat is really soft, super supple. I can easily get a lot of dexterity with these gloves. The leather that's on the end of my fingers is a little bit more robust. But what I like about it is if I'm ice climbing, I still have a ton of dexterity with the glove, but if I'm placing ice screws, I'm at the top of a climb, setting up top rope, belaying, anything like that, I have a lot of protection on the ends of my fingers. Also, on this knuckle and on this knuckle, that is touchscreen compatible with a phone. So Callie and I both have iPhones, and I've tried it on that. If you bend your knuckle, you can easily scroll through the phone. I think they didn't place it on the finger just because that material isn't going to withstand the kind of abuse that these leather fingers provide. Now, getting the gloves on and off is extremely easy. They do have a nice pull tab right here. So I've had gloves in the past that I've absolutely struggled to get on, and these are not any issue whatsoever. Once I have them on, I like to just kind of get them nice and tight and get my fingers into those pockets right at the end. You can see that they are a nice minimal glove. I can easily slip my cuff over the outside of the glove if I want to. However, they are nice and tight, so I'm not gonna be able to get the cuff of the glove over a jacket. I think the only thing that would really make this glove better is if it was waterproof. Other than that, I've been extremely happy with these gloves. I think they're gonna last a lot of ice climbing seasons for me. However, they don't just need to be used for ice climbing. Like I said, if you're hiking, if you're using trekking poles, anything like that, snowshoeing, I think this is a great glove. It's gonna breathe really well if you're doing a high aerobic activity. As far as sizing goes, I almost always fall in about a size large, and I feel like gloves are a really difficult thing for me personally to size correctly. If I'm not a size large, it's a medium. Those are about the two, but 80% of the time I'm a large. However, Outdoor Designs, I've found that I'm a medium in a few different gloves. So the GT2, I'm wearing a medium in these, and they have a lot of flexibility to them just because of the material that they're made out of. So even when I grip, they stretch a little bit, and I think that's why the medium fits me so well. Also, the Diablo soft shell is more of a gauntlet style glove, and it has the ability to go over your jacket. In that, I can also fit a medium, and that again is a nice fitting glove, even though it doesn't have quite as much mobility that the GT2 has. Now on that same front, I've also tried out the Diablo Tec. That's this glove right here. And again, I have this in a medium. However, I feel like the medium in this glove is probably just a little bit too tight for my hands. Because it has more of the leather that's all stitched together from the palm to the fingers, as well as some leather here, and not quite as much mobility and stretchiness on the back of my palm, the medium for me in these gloves fits just a little bit tight. I think if I stepped up to a large, they would fit me a little bit better. I found that after a day of ice climbing in these, my fingers almost kind of hurt a little bit. I wouldn't say that they're painful by any means, but just pulling them off, I can kind of feel like, oh, you know, I maybe should step up a size in that glove. Again, these are the Diablo Tec, and with this glove, you get the full goat leather throughout the palm as well as the fingers. And on these, both gloves, the left that I'm wearing here as well as the right, you do have that touchscreen compatibility on your fingertip instead of on the end of your knuckle like you do in the GT2. And then what I really like about this glove is that it does have just a little bit of padding on the knuckle. This comes into play for me personally ice climbing. Sometimes when I place that axe, I tend to get my knuckle into the ice a little bit, just depending on what the shape of the ice is. And with that little bit of added protection, it makes a big difference versus not having any protection. Also with this glove, you do get the nice Velcro cuff. And what this is gonna do is it really just cinches this glove down. The best way I can explain it is if I was climbing with both of these gloves, With this one here, I have just a little bit of movement between my glove and my hand. With this one, it's just a little bit tighter of a fit and I don't necessarily have quite as much movement. So I think really what it's going to come down to is what activity you're doing, how much energy you're exerting, how hot your hands get, because this one is going to breathe just a little bit better than this one. However, this is a great glove as well for ice climbing. I absolutely love the dexterity that I have. Again, setting top ropes, belaying, placing protection. This does a really great job. The best part about these is that I feel that both of them are very well priced. So if you need 2 pairs of gloves, you can totally get them. They're not so high on the price scale that you can only afford 1 pair. I personally love having both of these in my kit, going ice climbing, snowshoeing, skiing if it's not a super wet day. Again, the Diablo GT2 and the Diablo Tec, both made by Outdoor Designs. If you guys have any questions on these gloves, please leave a comment below and Callie and I will get back to you. If you're wondering where we are or what we're up to, please check us out on Facebook and Instagram. And if you guys like these videos, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. We love the support. Thanks again for watching. I'm Tyson with Adventure Rig.